Good morning. I am Janjay Humawit, a second year student of Bachelor of Science and Criminology. I am Government Prime Minister. This House believes the significant amount of the Philippine National Police (PNP) budget that we collected for COVID-19 response economic stimulus. In the view of limited local space and entire budget for fiscal 2021 will be need to review and reputize words and containing spread and mitigating and effects of the COVID-19 virus. Absent a vaccine, restarting the economy to be able to create jobs and attract investment and transitioning to the new normal environment post-pandemic is outlined in the National Economic Development Authority or NEDA. We recovered as one. The goal is to save lives and protect communities which needs bigger funding and needed support from the government agencies such as Philippine National Police. The key strategies and programs or projects will be prioritized for funding under the fiscal and space drastic changes for COVID-19 pandemic has introduced in both economic fight and societal sphere of the nation must be given attention. As laid out, NEDA report recover as one. The banner of the programs for 2021 shall be one. Health system improvement to strengthen the country capacity to address the COVID-19 pandemic, including the purchase of vaccine. 2 is food security to ensure that every Filipino has food on the table. And 3, enabling digital government and economic. And 4, promoting the Balik Probinsya program. This shall be ensure healthy population, a digital workforce, business resiliency. As a transition towards the implementation of Supreme Court decision of the Madanas Garcia petition starting fiscal 2022, agency programs shall be reviewed, reduced by the least half in the aggregate and developed to the local government unit from LGUs that are evaluated to have significant resources and capacities. In addition, agency implementing functions and service for devolution shall include the budget proposals and funding requirements for capacitating the agency of LGUs to deliver the devolved service under agency supervise and monitoring. Specifically, the national government or NGA shall focus standards of service delivery on provisions or of technical assistance for LGUs. This will involve strengthening further oversight function, shifting from more rowing to steering. NGAs shall to treat LGUs as a partner in the develop and consider cost sharing arrangement and implementation of local projects in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. NGAs may consider of the of response measures of that local in the nature but may benefit multiple LGUs such not limited to biosafety, laboratories, food banks, trading centers, and etc. This will help foster synergy in implementation of the national and local measure into the pandemic. In accordance with Executive Order number 2014-168, the COVID-19 Emergency Task Force, National Task Force organized to structure was established where it follows on command level, strategic, operational, and tactical. The tactical level is further organized into the three task groups: response, operations, resource and logistics, and strategic communications. The response operations task group led by DOH and with PNP, AFE, SWD, DA, DOST, DILG, and DOLE. Among others, cases and quarantine facilities management, develop an implementation of the quarantine protocols, research the development, maintenance of law, and order the provisions of emergency relief and most affected and vulnerable groups in the social and migration program. The overall goal of the PNP budget recollections is to support the national government and local government units LGU in strengthening health system and uploading the overall safety well-being of people at rest, especially most vulnerable groups, and to delay this and spread the virus. Thus, this House strongly believes the significant amount of the Philippine National Police budget recollected for COVID-19 response and economic stimulus.
Good day everyone, my name is Luigi T. Akma and I am the leader of opposition and I am the first speaker. The COVID-19 pandemic requires sufficient funding to guarantee thorough responses. In regards with that, if the whole budget will be used for COVID responses, it will not be good because there are also programs that the PNP have and conflict will arise with regards to financial matters on the project. Why it is the PNP agency budget will be used, hence there are many agencies that can donate some budgets for the said problem in the pandemic. There are a lot of agencies of the government whose main function is to help the people during the calamities, etc. And there are also community pantries who are willing to help those who need help. In order to solve the problem, the people, the agencies, and the government must work together. Since PNP are the one the most suffered during this pandemic, even their health were very much affected. They must receive the budget they deserve, and their budget must not be lessened because PNP need that budget to support their lives, their operation when it comes to terrorism and criminal. According to National Budget Circular 542 Section 93, Transparency Cell, to enhance transparency and enforce accountability, all national government agencies shall maintain a transparency cell. The respective approved budget and corresponding target immediately upon approval of this act that say that the budget of the PNP is already approved and not be given to COVID-19 responses, and that is my case. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Mark Angelo Budyungan as a Deputy Prime Minister of Government side. I firmly believe that a significant amount of the Philippines National Police budget shall be reallocated for COVID response and economic stimulus. As per PNP National Budget for fiscal year 2021, which was released in accordance to Transparency Cell provision, there should the list of projects with their corresponding budgets that the agency is about to pursue. As I went through the list, I have observed that there are some projects which we can tag as non-urgent, such as construction projects, stations and gyms, procurement of vehicles or patrol cars. Now, the budgets of the said projects can be reallocated since the delay could not greatly affect the operations of the PNP. Because in the past years, these projects have already emerged and are utilized as of this time. And with the idea of the relocating funds for COVID awareness, I believe that it supports the main goal of PNP, which is to help promote a safer place to live, work, and do business. It's not fulfilling for the agency to reach such goal. So it's really the best thing to reallocate funds and help to save lives. That's all. Thank you.
I'm Hans Christian Castro Mayor. I'm a deputy leader of opposition. I tackled this House believes that a significant amount of Philippine National Police budget be allocated for COVID response and economic stimulus. For me, no a portion of PNP budget must not be allocated for responding towards COVID-19, not for lifting our economy. In fact, PNP needs more funds for many essential reasons through the years. PNP plays an indispensable role of protecting the masses. PNP has been in the front line towards fighting for peace, order, and security for general welfare. Every day is full and uncertain and risk along their work. But how can they continue to face and risk and secure our safety if PNP is not fully equipped with the necessary gears to fight criminality and terrorism in the country? In view of this, PNP needs to supply more equipment and police station to enhance its response towards any security emergency, especially that increased tension around from NPA to the government. PNP needs to be prepared and physical weapon and effect. PNP needs more funds and attain these goals and strategies. In addition, we must not forget that PNP is continuously facing a combating and war of drugs since the reign of the Duterte administration. It is still a tough challenge of even a mystery to capture drug lords, dealers, and users hiding in darkest corners of the country. To improve this drug response, PNP needs to invest in more resources for drug operations and intelligence work to solve a long-time issue to country. Still, this demands for more funds and the government. Aside from terrorism and criminality, another challenge that the PNP is currently facing is the COVID-19 pandemic. We cannot deny the fact and PNP is also our frontliners as we are battling with this health crisis. They unconditionally and tirelessly serve the people through taking the lead of maintaining health protocols in public areas, disciplining hard-headed citizens, and safeguarding people from placed under lockdown. They risk their lives every day as they continue to live up with their mission. With this, they deserve an increased compensation. Let us not forget the sacrifices, struggle, and effort solving rampant issues in the country. It is not an easy job to put your life in danger, just save the greater people. Truly, we owe a merit and gratitude and appreciation to all our PNP officers. We cannot imagine how the Philippines would be without them. With all this being said, it is reasonable to not cut portion of people budget for health and economic purposes. COVID-19 response and economic recovery are also one of the significant priorities to consider this time. But PNP budget is also a very important matter. Maybe we could regulate other funds but not this one because like medical frontliners, PNP is also our lifesaver. Thank you.
Good day everyone. I am John Kenneth Busako, and I am one of the deputy leader of opposition. At this time of pandemic, officers of the Philippine National Police or PNP are in charge of maintaining the health protocol in order to prevent the COVID-19 outbreak of spreading in our country. Every day, a variety of people are in contact with the police officers, so there is a high chance that they'll be infected with the COVID-19 virus. Since they need funds for their medical needs, the PNP budget should not be reallocated. Second argument. At present, there are many shortcomings in the Philippine National Police or PNP departments, such as training facilities that the police can use to enhance their combat ability or combat capability so that they will be prepared for any events or any crimes they encounter. Police officers also need equipments in suppressing crimes or responding in case of emergencies. So the budget of PNP should not be reallocated because the PNP is still lacking in many things.
I am Mark Valyes and my position is a government whip. Prime Minister believes that significant amount of the Philippine National Police budget be reallocated for COVID-19 response and economic stimulus. In view of the limited fiscal space, the entire budget for FY 2021 will need to be reviewed and reprioritized towards containing the spread and mitigating the effects of the COVID-19. Absent a vaccine, starting the economy to be able to create jobs and attract investments and transitioning to the new normal environment. As outlined in the National Economic Development Authority or NEDA report, we recover as one, the goal is to save lives and protect communities which needs bigger funding, thus needing support from other government agencies such as the Philippine National Police. The key strategies and programs or projects which will be prioritized for funding under the fiscal space given the drastic changes that the COVID-19 pandemic has introduced in both the economic life and societal sphere of the nation must be given a priority. As laid out in the NIDA report, we recover as one, the banner programs for 2021 shall be health systems improvement to strengthen the country's capacity to address the COVID-19 pandemic, including the purchase of vaccines, food security to ensure that every Filipino has food on the table, enabling the digital government and economy, promoting the Balik Provincia program. There shall ensure a healthy population, a more agile workforce, and business resiliency. In accordance with Executive Order 2014-168, the COVID-19 Interagency Task Force, National Task Force or organizational structure was established where it follows three command levels: strategic, operational, and tactical. The tactical level is further organized into three task groups: response operations, resource management and logistics, and strategic communications. The response operational task group, led by the DOH and with PNP, AFP, DSWD, DA, DOST, DILG, and DOLE, among others, covers activities that should be implemented at the national and local levels, including contact tracing, cases and quarantine facilities management, development and implementation of quarantine protocols, research and development, maintenance of law and order, and provision of emergency relief to most affected and vulnerable groups under the Social Amelioration Program. The overall goal of the PNP budget reallocation is to support the national government and local government units or LGU in strengthening the health system and upholding the overall safety and well-being of people at risk
especially the most vulnerable groups, and to delay the spread of the virus. Thus, this House strongly believes that a significant amount of the Philippine National Police budget be reallocated for COVID-19 response and economic stimulus. Deputy Prime Minister believes that a significant amount of the Philippine National Police budgets shall be reallocated for COVID-19 response. As per PNP National Budget for FY 2021, which was released in accordance to the Transparency Seal provision, there showed a list of projects which their corresponding budgets that the agency is about to pursue. As I went through the list, I have observed that there are some projects which we can tag as non-urgent, such as construction projects, station and dreams, procurement of vehicles or patrol cars. Now, the budgets of the said projects can be reallocated since the delay could not greatly affect the operations of the PNP because in the past years, these projects have already emerged and are utilized as of its time. And with the idea of relocating funds for COVID-19 awareness, I believe that it supports the main goal of PNP, which is to help promote a safer place to live, work, and do business. Isn't fulfilling for the agency to reach at such goal? So, it's really the best thing to relocate funds and help and save lives.
The portion of the PNP budget must be reallocated for responding towards COVID-19 and for lifting our economy. We are fully aware that the PNP in our country is not fully well equipped with equipments, but the government is doing its best to give the best equipments that to be used by the PNP. One of the duties of the PNP is to help people. As we all know, we are not fully prepared for this pandemic we are facing, and many of us are devastated of what is happening in the world. The budget must be given to the people who has been affected of COVID-19 because they don't have enough fund to cover up their expenses and other lab tests. Budget shall be used in order to cover up their expenses. In fact, the money will not be wasted because it is for a better purpose and it is for the people. Life is being argued in this situation and nothing is more important than life. So if the people does not have enough budget, they will be infected and they don't have money to pay for the medical bills in order to be COVID free. They might die in the such scenario. Therefore, the budget has to be reallocated for responding towards COVID-19 to save more lives. The PNP is saving lives through serving and protecting people from criminals, and on the other hand, the budget is to save lives regarding health crisis. That's all. Thank you.
Our claim is very clear that the budget of the PNP will not go to the COVID-19 responses because as we said that PNP is also need this budget to support their everyday work and operation. And there is also a program that the PNP needs the budget for many essential reasons. As we know that PNP plays an indispensable role in protecting the masses. Philippine National Police needs the budget to buy equipment and body gears to protect themselves through criminality and terrorism. That is why the budget is very much needed to the Philippine National Police to support the operation and to protect their lives also against death. In view of this, the PNP needs to supply more equipment and police station to enhance its responses towards any security emergency. As a people in the community, we need to support the Philippine National Police that they have right to have their own budget to support the projects and programs, especially the operations against drugs. That is our case. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Charles Vincent El Sariguma. In this debate, we should assume that my group are more deserving to win because we all know that our government and the Philippine National Police is doing its best to prevent the novel coronavirus or COVID-19 from spreading because the COVID-19 has been introduced in both the economic life and societal sphere of the nation. And only our government has the plan if how to stop or prevent the risk that the virus has, and they know how to spend the right amount of budget to avoid any mistakes and secure the safety of our people. And with the idea of reallocating funds for COVID-19 awareness, I believe that it supports the main goal of the Philippine National Police or PNP, which is to help promote a safer place to live. And because the opposition only assumes that the government is capable of doing the right thing, they are willing to take any measure to just to make the government looks bad if how they act or respond in the COVID-19 case and the economic issues because no matter how we look in the situation, the government is also responsible for the safety of its people aside from ourselves because we only need to obey the protocols that they have been implemented, although I don't hide the fact that some of the opposition statements might be on point, but it doesn't mean that our government is incapable of doing what's best response in the case. Thank you. That's all.